Welcome to Reiki Cafe Radio. I'm your host, Christine Renee, and I'm super excited to have our special guest on with us today. Heli is a Reiki practitioner. She's one of our shamanic Reiki practitioner graduates over in Finland, and she's also a Feng Shui expert. And so we're bringing her on today to dive into this topic. And I've got to say, I know like 1% on this topic. So I am open to learning and being open to all of the wisdom that she is sharing with us today. And I hope you are as well. So thank you so much for listening on. Welcome, Heli. How are you?
Thank you. I'm perfect today.
Beautiful.
Lovely to see you. How are you?
I know it's been a while. I think the last time we've been on a call was when you were a student, and it's too long ago. I miss my students who graduated last year. I'm like, we need to do a class reunion or something.
Yes, please. I'm all in for it. That's perfect.
Beautiful. So curious, how did you begin your work with Feng Shui?
As a kid, with Barbies. I was one of those girls who never actually played with Barbies. I only rearranged their houses all the time. So I was really into their furniture and I was building houses. And then a bit later, when I got into my own apartment, I was always rearranging. So I could sense the energy was not pleasing. The vibe was not perfect. So I tried my best to find a way to ease the vibe. And then when I learned about Feng Shui, I actually found how everything makes sense. And then I started doing a bit more research. I studied a lot and I kept on rearranging. It takes actually 27 pieces to move in a space before the energy begins to really change, before the vibe changes. So as a little girl with Barbies, that was my way to begin. And from there to this time, I am at the moment the secret sauce for a few business ladies on they call me to rearrange their spaces and get rid of problems in their business.
I love that. I love that it can be so versatile, not just for homes, it can be used for business, and it's just the energy of this space. So, so do you have like a definition of Feng Shui? Like, or did
it's like way of life. It's an art of life, of creating the perfect environment in which the energy flows, supporting your own goals, your energy. And just like life changes, your energy changes, you need to change the environment too. It doesn't help that you have some designer set the place up and then your life changes. You need more support in some other area. It's energy. It's not stagnant.
So why, or really, how did your Reiki practice like come together with Feng Shui?
Energy is energy.
Energy.
Reiki is like that's my heavenly luck, they say in Feng Shui. You have your heavenly luck. That's your spirituality, your connection to the divine, your meditation practice and that sort of thing. And then you have your manly luck, your discipline, your practices. And then you have your earthly luck. And that's where Feng Shui comes in handy. So those three combined, that's where the magic happens. Energy is energy. Reiki is like my connection, and Feng Shui is where I do it. And they support each other.
I love that. That's so beautiful.
Me too.
Yeah. So when are you coming to the US to do my house?
So let's talk about the schedule, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. So
yeah.
tell me, how do you combine the Reiki and the shamanic tools and the chakras? Like, how does that all fit in with your practice?
Thank you so much for asking. And the shamanic tools that I got from you, they are just absolutely priceless. They are the key to what I do, because I do a shamanic journey into the home or the office or whatever the space is. I journey there and I find out what the problem is, where the problem is. And then I use my shamanic tools to clear the thing up. I clear it, I ground it, I ask all the spiritual helpers that are available for that space to join me in that work. That's one of my favorite parts to do. And then, well, you know, cleansing, grounding, doing the protective things, it's just priceless. The change from what I know as the principles, the Bagua map, and other tools from Feng Shui, and then plus shamanic tools. That's just the first time I realized I could do that. It was like,
Yeah, goosebumps. I love that. I love mixing modalities, and it seems like you just do it so gracefully.
It is actually one of my classmates that did that when we journeyed in class. She journeyed to her house, and that's where I got the idea.
Beautiful. And I think that's so
Mm-hmm.
cool. I love teaching in small groups because the inspiration may come from other students. It might not necessarily be the teachers of the program, but
Mm-hmm.
the synchronicities and the energy amongst the class is just,
It was phenomenal.
it's enough. It's a pool of like inspiration just right there. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm curious, does Feng Shui work in any space or aesthetic, or is it only for us woo-woo people?
Any space, any aesthetic, it's your energy, your home, your office, it's your energy. So don't you give away your power to some dogmatic rules and believe that, okay, red is not appropriate in this space or at this specific spot. If red is your thing, then red it's all the way, because your aesthetic needs to be implemented in your space. You can't feel at home, you can't feel, the vibe is not there if it's not according to your vibe. It's your energy. So any space, any aesthetic, but there are a few principles that you need to follow in order to get some actual changes happen.
Yeah,
And that's why Feng Shui is so beautiful. You can how should I say, you can adjust it to your own needs and your own space, your own feeling of what it should look like.
I love that. Like I definitely, as I moved into my own house, and so as if you're listening to on Reiki Cafe Radio or following me on any of the social media platforms, you know that I just purchased a house. And when I started kind of feeling into the space, it was like, oh, it has to be, I want these kind of couches and these kind of colors. And I want it to represent who I am. And I love that what you're speaking to is that there's an energetic balance that can be also utilized with whatever color or a couch or a table that you have. That's really cool. So tell me more about these principles. Like, tell me a little bit about how, like, what's the most important thing you begin with when it comes to Feng Shui?
Love. Love, it's your home. You need to love it in order to get love back. It's a two-way street. So love, light, and I'm thinking real lights. You have good lighting, to appropriate lighting to different situations, of course, and then air. You need fresh air in the house. It can't be moldy, it can't be stiff, it can't be stagnant. You need to move the air. So open up the windows, open up the doors, get the air moving. Love, light, and air. And the fourth important thing is to declutter. How can you expect to get any good stuff come in your life if your home, that in Feng Shui is a representation of your life, all the different areas, if it's completely cluttered up? How could you possibly imagine all the good stuff coming in? So you need to get rid of stuff, sell, donate, whatever it takes. Minimum 10%, please. But a really good practitioner would get rid of like 20-25% of stuff. You don't actually need any of that stuff. You really don't. Everything that you have under the bed, get rid of it immediately or stuffed away somewhere in a corner where you can't even reach it.
I love it.
So those are the most.
Yeah, you're singing to me, because part of it was like when I moved into my house is like, I'm not bringing anything. I'm going simplistic. I don't want any of the old stuff. We're starting from scratch. I don't want the clutter. I've always had, I've been like a little on the messier side, but like I don't like excess stuff. And so like the couch cushions open to storage cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
I there's little tricks in my place where it all feels clean and open and flowing, but all the stuff is gone, you know, like I didn't want to take it from my past relationship and bring it into my new home. So everything had to be fresh. And so I love that, like just knowing that, it feels like, ooh, I didn't even know I was creating a Reiki blessing for my house. And
You are.
right. And I love waking up and talking to my house and going like, I love you. This is like, you're amazing. Like, I love you. And so it's all that beautiful energy. And one of the things that we learned in the shamanic Reiki practitioner training is the animism, that everything has energy, everything has a vibe. And so if we can get relationship with that, what a beautiful space you can make.
Exactly. You
It.
totally get this.
Yeah. Just because I haven't like done it or haven't like really gotten into it. Like I think I've been introduced on probably some movie or something, like a documentary, but I haven't ever really studied it. So thank you so much for coming on. Curious, how does one make an assessment of the energy in a home? Like if you're going into somebody's house, how do you know where to start?
You could do this yourself as well. Now imagine that you are like a fairy godmother. You are the manifestation of all your dreams. You are what you want to be. You are her. You have everything she has. You do the things that she does. You are that. And then you think that you are invited to this place. Can you find it? Are the numbers actually presented on the wall? Do you find the door? How's the door look? Is it clean? Is it nice? And one important thing, is it like geometrically appropriate? Does it look like, what's the word? Even on both sides. What's that? Symmetry. Is it symmetry? Maybe, yes.
Yeah.
So that you have live plants there, you have a clean door, you can find it, there's a good lighting, you feel welcome, you are invited. And then when you open the door, there's the entrance. What do you see? Are you welcome? If you are manifesting more wealth, if you think about wealthy homes, you know that the entrance is quite big. It is open. There are no shoes on the floor. There are no jackets hanging around. There are no like sports bags here and there. Nothing smells funky. Everything's neat and tidy and put to their places. So do that in your hall. Open it up, clean it up, put everything in cupboards or boxes or whatever, so that you can create a sense of space, so that the fairy good godmother can come in and feel welcome and bring her magic in. And also I'd recommend setting up a picture of those who live in that house close to the door, so that the energy, that chi, as we say in Feng Shui, that chi can see to whom the good gifts are coming to. Where do they belong? So a picture close to the door in the hallway, and then no mirror, in a way that when you enter, you immediately see the mirror. It needs to be, of course, a mirror close to the door is a good idea, but not in a way that when you enter, you immediately see yourself, because then the chi sees that, oh, I'm here already, and goes away. So that's one trick. And then if you have the back door like lined up with the front door on the other side of the house, then put something round close to that back door, like a round mat or a rug or table, or maybe a light fixture or something to like twirl or whirl the energy so that it doesn't go like straight through the house, but there are things to move around there too. What else could be really important? Well, if you want to have those plants, it's really important in Feng Shui to consider having plants that are round shaped, the leaves, so that nothing very pointy. There are two exceptions, aloe vera and bamboo, that are healing plants. Of course, if your plant ally is a really spiky thing, then you should definitely have that. But you don't want to have too many spiky things in your house. I think that's pretty much it for the entrance. May I say a few words about the living room, please?
I would love that. Yeah, keep going. I'm learning so much. Like,
I know, like you press the play now.
no, it's great. It's like I literally what you're describing is kind of how my home is set up. Like I can see the back door from the front door, and I'm like, oh, but there is a round table and there is a round rug. And you know, maybe intuition, like my intuitive senses already knew this. I didn't put my mirror by the front door. I put it at the bottom of the stairs. Maybe that was a good move.
Excellent. Well, you have your clairs open, so of course you know all this by intuition. Of course, but for someone else who doesn't know them yet, for the living room, if you think that you're the fairy godmother and you are entering the living room with all the gifts that you are invited to bring into this house, what do you want to see? Do you want to see the TV? So that you can know that the virtual world is ruling the house? Or do you want to see a massive pile of toys, knowing that the kids run the show? Or would you like to see a comfortable seating area where you would like to lounge with all those gifts? So rearrange your house in a way that when you are entering the living space, there's actually something comfortable and beautiful to see. I would add like 2 or 3 pieces of something peach color, because peach is a beautiful, joyous color that brings joy and life into that living space, and also really important to use that space. So the living rooms that are set up for guests only, well, they are like killing the vibe in that area of the life in that house. So you need to also use the rooms and not just rearrange for some guest people. It's for your house, your family.
I love it. Okay, what else? Tell me more.
The bedroom, that's your sanctuary. You need to have a place where your body can rest, but where your soul, well, your soul doesn't need that rest. It's gonna explore a little bit or a bit more. You need to have symbols or representations that are calming and joyous and like pleasant for your soul to see. So if you have like 2 huge tiger statues next to your bed, well, your soul sees them as real. If you're a single person and you have 2 tiger statues in your bedroom, that might be the reason why you're single. So, because who wants to come in and sleep in an environment where there are intimidating big wild cats? So only things that if they were real, then their energy would be supportive to you, the sleep. Rearrange it in a symmetrical way so that there is balance in the room, and also that when you are lying in the bed, you can see the door. That's called a power position. You can see the door from where you're lying, where you are sleeping. There is the thing that I absolutely hate in houses in the US is that you people like to sleep under the window. That's a terrible idea. There's so much energy going through the windows and doors that I would definitely not want to sleep under the window. If I would have to, I would set up a really sturdy headboard and cover the window with really heavy, like velvety curtains or something. so that there wouldn't be so much energy moving around. If you put a child in a bed that is situated so that the window and the door are placed on both ends of the bed, that child is going to have terrible dreams. So don't do that to anybody. You need to rearrange it in a way that there is not like traffic going on, energetic traffic in the house. So
Yeah,
windows and doors
I'm like going
are a
to
no.
bed, right? Like, did my daughter sleep under the window when she was having those years of nightmares? And I think she was.
And then also, especially to a child, but with anyone who has any problems with their health, under the bed is clear. It's clean. There is nothing under the bed. The energy needs to move, especially around the upper chakras. The energy needs to be able to move. So if you absolutely must store something under the bed, then at the end where the feet are.
Got it.
And about the feet, you want to place something to the feet end, how do you say, that end of the bed in a bedroom, something sturdy like what's it called? Some kind of a sturdy furniture.
Okay.
That grounds your body when you are sleeping. So nothing too whimsical, and also lose everything that has water imagery. You don't want to be drowning in emotions. Emotions are represented with water in practically everything you could think of.
Well, I'm glad we had this
about
conversation, because I was literally just about to buy this Japanese water scene to go in my bedroom. So maybe
no.
Maybe I should go somewhere else.
Yes, close to the middle of the entrance wall, where the entrance into your house is. So the wall that is aligned with that door. So in that area, water is the perfect thing. And also from the entrance, when you look at the left side, so the corner there, that's wood element, and wood is nurtured by water element. So that is the other place where you water imagery. But if that's the bedroom, don't use it there. That's not a very supportive idea. If you are, how should I say, if the passion is not there in the bedroom, you might want to hang something that represents passion in your bedroom above the headboard.
Okay.
Something, a painting maybe with red colors.
Okay.
Something like that.
Beautiful. Any other space that you want to like touch on?
Yes, there are actually, the office, but one more really important thing in the bedroom, a mirror. If you have a mirror in the bedroom, make it so that you cannot see it from the bed. Because if you're a single and you see the mirror, it kind of tells the energy that there are two people there. And if you already have someone and you have the mirror, it kind of tells the energy that more people, please. And you might not want to do that. And also TV and other EMF sources, of course. That goes without saying. But then the office. When you think about very successful people, how have they arranged their office? If you think about your president, for instance, they sit behind a desk that is facing the door, that has windows behind it, windows with very heavy curtains, and the chair has high back, yes?
Okay.
So that's the way you want to set it up. You want to be able to see the door. That's where all the opportunities come in from, not the window. That's for other kind of folks. You don't want that in your business. You want to see the door. If you cannot arrange it so that you see the door, then you might want to have so that through that mirror, you can see the door. You don't want to miss the opportunities. And the energy of opportunities comes in through the door for the business. But beware, you don't want to have the trash bin between you and the door.
Ooh.
That's a big problem. Yes, that was this one business lady that has had huge problems with her product. It kept getting complaints. It was a really nice product and fun, but these complaints kept coming in, and she invited me in, and I went to see what's the problem. And the trash bin, a huge trash bin with papers that she had like written her ideas about the product, and then they were in the trash. So all the problems related to that product, they just kept on coming in, and then we moved that trash bin away, and there were no more problems.
I love
Just
energy.
as simple as that.
I love that. I love that there's certain things that when we can understand the energetic significance of it, we can better our lives. That's beautiful. Yeah, cool. Okay. So I heard earlier you mentioned a Bagua map. What is that?
Yes,
Right?
Bagua map. But that is the most important tool in Feng Shui. Every Feng Shui person, anybody who does work with Feng Shui has a Bagua map system. There are two like schools within Feng Shui, the classic and then the Western, BTB. I use that because it's really simple and it's effective and it's beautiful and easy. It's your energy, so you get to decide. It is the same map, but it is in a little bit different angle. With the classical approach, you need to be doing the work with a compass. And with the Western way, you work with the blueprint of the house. So the Bagua map, that's Ba, that's 8, and Gua, area. So there's 8 areas and the center. It's like a 9 square. And you have different areas represented in all those 8 places. And then when you are approaching your goals, your life, your problems through that map, you immediately know where to focus, where to begin. Is it your love life? Is it the wealth? Is it your career? Like, where do you want to put your money first? What do you want to change first? And then you just go around your house, and little by little you change everything. But of course, the Bagua map, it is not dogmatic. As I said before, you cannot do that. Okay, so the red is inappropriate in the entry because it's a water element. You have also the elements represented, and there are 5 elements in Feng Shui. You have earth, wood, fire, and then you have metal and water. Those 5. Actually, they came for me when we did the journey to different directions in the training, remember?
Yes.
I was really curious why I had metal in the east, but because in my house, it's the metal areas, the metal baguas are to the east. Well, back to the Bagua map. So it is a really important tool to find ways to fix things. The most important, like most popular areas are love and wealth. That was no brainer, right? And if you stand at your entrance and you look into your house, what is it that is on the left side in the last corner? What area do you have there? That's your wealth area, and you want to have a strong wood element there. You want to have brown colors, lush greens, plants. Amethyst is a really good crystal there. And if you want to be playful, you might want to have a little plate or cup or something filled with coins overflowing, so that it gives the energy an idea of the abundance that you are looking for in your wealth area. And then the love area, that is from the entrance looking inside your house. In the far right corner, that's your love area. That's where you want to have everything paired up. So 2 everything, or 4 everything. So no 1 or 3 or 5. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
And you want to have colors of love and passion. So pink and orange, that's governed by the earth elements. So everything earthy is just beautiful there. Rose quartz, rose quartz is like the classic cure in the Feng Shui bagua of love and marriage. It also governs other relationships, of course. And then my own favorites are the close corners when you enter the house. So to the left, you have knowledge bagua. That's your spirituality and also your the information that comes in. So the quality there, that's also governed by the earth element. So the same rules apply, but more like stones and things that really like anchor in your spiritual practice and knowledge. And then when you think about the right hand side, when you enter the house in the right corner, that's where your helpful people are. So when you're thinking business, you want to have helpful people in your life. That's a metal color, metal element ruled bagua. So you might want to have metal colors there. White and black are really nice too. And representations of metal, maybe a little statue or a Tibetan bowl or something that speaks metal to you. So those are like the favorite ones.
Cool. I'm loving this. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm taking notes. You see me like scribbling notes over here. Yeah, because I feel like there's magic in this. You know, there's a little
Mhm.
bit of play and a little bit of intention and a little bit of
Mhm.
how can we intend these areas to be infused with this love, relationships, wisdom, whatever it may be. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that. The other thing that I'm curious about, I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. What is the Feng Shui cure?
It is a classic way to quick fix the energy in a space, like 2 rose quartz in the love and marriage bagua. That's a classic Feng Shui cure. But what if you don't like rose quartz? What do you think? Is it going to help any?
No.
No, it's your energy. So if you want to cure anything in your house and a Feng Shui consultant comes in and says, jade frog, money frog, or Japanese coins, or wind chime bell or something. But if that does not resonate, it's not going to cure anything, absolutely nothing. So you need to have it like lined up with your aesthetics, what you enjoy. That's why I say that any aesthetic can be supported with Feng Shui, because it's not about some dogmatic rules that you need to bend over for, but you create your own. It's something that one of your professors, Izzy, said once that really opened my eyes. She said to find out that there were actually no rules to begin with. Exactly. You create the rules. These are just tools to support you.
I love that. I love it. Okay, so what are the most popular thing that people ask you to heal with Feng Shui? Like what's your common most spaces that seem to be messed up?
That's the wealth bagua. In Finland, that's the place where the sauna is. Well, sauna, that's a wooden element, perfect, but there's the fireplace. Do you want to have fire in the wood area, bagua? No.
Oh,
So you need to balance it with water that supports the wood and takes out the fire. So that's what we struggle here with most, including my own house. So I can't move them. Well, I could, but it would be really expensive to move the fireplace and the sauna. But to support the wood, support the water element, and
yeah.
I
I can
manage
see
that.
that being
Yeah.
that's not going anywhere. Is there like my house doesn't have a fireplace. Is there a place where we need to add the fire in that so if someone
Yeah.
where does the fire
Yes. The fire element is represented in your fame area, and your fame area is directly on the other side the middle part from the entrance, looking inside your house. On the other side, the middle of the blueprint, the layout. So that's where it is. And there you want to support the fire with real fire, that is a fireplace or candles or just lots of lighting. You might want to leave it on for the night also. And then you might want to have more wood element to support the fire, make a really good bonfire, like not literally, but like metaphorically. So you support the fire. You want to have tall things. You want to have triangular things. That is representing also the element of fire in that area. And then fiery colors, red and purple, orange, that sort of things.
I love it. I love how easy this is for you to like just, yeah, I know how to do that. Any last words of advice? Anything you have that you would love for our audience to hear?
The middle section of the house, that is your health. That is the health of everyone living in the house. So keep that as clean, as clear as you can. It's governed by the earth element also. So yellows, nudes, that sort of colors. And a square form is representation of the earth element. So if you have a really dark brown round rug in the middle of the house, so get rid of that, move that to a wood governed place, and have something in a square form, in a golden is a really good color for all the house, by the way. And then like open, airy, if you want to have many pictures of the family, that's a perfect place to have it. Do not put pictures of dead people in that area, please. But everything that you want to be supported by Feng Shui, the Qi, the fairy godmother, all the gifts that are coming in your house, make that the airiest place in the house.
Oh, I love it. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing all of your wisdom with us today. I'm curious if you have any listeners who want to reach out to you, if they want to book you for this type of session, how would they go about that?
Well, you can find my webpages. They are healingwithheli.com. That's healing with Heli. That's Heli.com. And then you can find me on Instagram. I have Heli _with_love, Heli with love with underlines in between. And then I do quite a lot of teaching of witches. I teach energy work for witches. So if you're into that sort of thing, you can find me on Instagram at I am Energy Witch. I'd love to connect with new people and support. This is my thing.
I love it. I'm so excited. Okay, so I will put all of that information in the show notes. So if you're like, what was that link again? You can look there. You'll have that contact information. I absolutely give my thumbs up on Heli's work. She was a brilliant student, and I know she's a brilliant practitioner as well. So thank you so much for coming on. This has been so much fun, and I've got my notes and how to implement, and I'm going to go for it.
Okay, thank you so much, Christine. I live for this kind of things.
I can tell you just your energy just lights up. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today.